guys, it's Coverer with another video. In this video I want to talk about the Feca class, because as you guys may or may not know, Ankama shared with us a 2024 roadmap, and the first thing that we're going to see in the next update is the Feca balancing. They're also working on Sadida balancing, Foggernaut balancing, and Colosseum improvements, but what I want to focus on is the Feca rework, and I want to compare Feca before and after the rework, so I'll probably do a video after the rework as well to see if it went in the right direction. So this video is going to be divided into two parts. In the first part, we'll talk about the current Feca as of update 2.70, and in the second part, we'll talk about the rework by investigating the current issues with the class and suggesting ideas for spells and mechanics we'd like to see in the future. To understand the Feca spell kit, consider the following points. Every elemental path can have up to 4 damaging spells playable at the same time. Every element has at least one spell that steals characteristic points. Every element has at least one spell to move targets by pulling or pushing. There is one start of turn glyph per element. These glyphs all have a cooldown period of 3 turns, they deal damage in an area of effect to enemies starting on them, and they apply a different effect depending on the element to anyone inside the zone. The variants of these start of turn glyphs are called glyph auras. Glyph auras only last 1 turn, but they don't have a cooldown. They are target necessary, and they provide a bonus to the Feca and allies present within the zone. Feca's protection spells can only reduce damage suffered. They cannot increase your resistances or your shield points. Feca does not have mechanics such as lifesteal, erosion, heals, unbewitch, or shield points. Feca also has pretty good mobility. For example, using only Pavis, Excursion Glyph, and Teleglyph, you can travel up to 18 cells in a single turn. Now let's take a look at different elemental paths. Agility is very melee oriented and specializes in damage, either increasing it for allies or decreasing it for enemies. You can play it as a damage dealer, which is pretty good in a melee team, or you could play it with lower damage but as a tank, which is better for playing solo. Chance is a long-range element and specializes in range reduction. You can afford to play it as a glass cannon damage dealer because you have incredible tools to avoid getting hit, whether it be by pushing your enemies, reducing their range, teleporting away, or even going invulnerable once in a while. The spell variants you pick might differ depending on if you're playing alone or with a team, but the water element is definitely one of the best, if not the best element on Feca, along with agility. Similar to agility, strength is also a very melee-oriented element. It specializes in AP reduction and is also good for keeping enemies locked and protecting allies. You'll mostly see this element played by Fecas in PvP, where its damage often relies on enemies having low neutral resistances. Feca is one of the few classes to still have neutral damaging spells. Intelligence is meant to be played mid-range. It specializes in MP reduction, although that's not really viable at the moment. Intelligence is the only element possessing 2 different stats stealing spells, which can be combined to get stronger during the fight. For this reason, fire builds are pretty decent on Feca when playing in a team. Another good use of a fire build on Feca is by playing support with a healing weapon. The protection spells reduce the damaging lines of healing weapons, allowing for a greater heal on allies. Now, what about playing multiple elements together? One of the most common bi-element choice on Feca is the combination of Chance and Intelligence. It is played around a Necrotic Bow, providing lifesteal, a crucial mechanic in the game missing from the Feca spell kit. Since Chance and Intelligence both have spells to hit from a safe distance, this combination works well for playing both solo and with a team. Playing multi-crit around the Rhyneedle Bow is something that usually works on most classes due to big bursts of damage quickly, and it works on Feca as well. However, Feca lacks multi-element spells to make this build shine. Multi-no-crit is played both in PvP and in PvM, but with a different set. The gameplay is really fun because it allows the use of multiple glyphs at the same time. In PvM, the best set to use is Sire Momor because you can tank extremely well in melee and even dish out huge amounts of damage at the same time with Repulsion Glyph and the sword. Combined with the heals from the new Sylvan Dofus, you're pretty much invincible. This set is great for both soloing and playing in a team. In PvP though, multi-element Feca is played at a distance using the Crimson Dawn set. So we've looked at Feca's spell kit and different builds you can play. I didn't go through every spell because I'll cover that in part 2 when I talk about the issues with the class and how to fix them. There's also other builds I haven't covered because they're either not viable or used only in specific situations. To finish off part 1, I think it's about time I do a giveaway to thank you guys for supporting the channel. The winner of the giveaway will receive a house on the Draconiros server. It's a small house with one chest located in Amakna. If the selected winner already has a house, then they'll win the value of the house in commas instead. To enter the giveaway, simply like this video, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and leave a comment down below with your in-game name on the Draconiros server. If you need ideas for what to comment, you could suggest new spells or ideas for the Feca rework that's coming soon. The winner will be chosen and announced on this channel on the 1st of March, so mark your calendars and good luck to everyone.